Hello, hello everyone! Oh lord. Sorry for the lateness. But Captain D's was taking way too long. I want fish. Alright, Alfie, what do you got for me? Terry, do you have some time to talk? I wanted to gather everyone at Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation while we find ourselves. Let's stop the facts, shall we? Crisis at the hand began with the sudden appearance of the ominous towers in multiple locations throughout the world. We have since then learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Tempori. Tempori stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past. An apocalyptic event that would result... Oh Lord! In the destruction of all we hold dear. Already these towers are bared to cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summoning. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist the temple at least. But after what happened with Avron and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose straight the situation of Golemond. As you know, the Tempori are under the leadership of Vandaniel, and one other delightful fellow, Xenoseed Gaulus, Crown Prince, and our dear friend. To date, he reclaimed his own body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Golemond into an even deeper bit of chaos. Capital's probably seen the worst of it. For a good while, it saw the bloodiest fight of the War of Secession, but that's since changed in troubling ways. During our reconnaissance, the air was not rent by the barking of cannons and cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket the ruined city. Inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it makes sense to safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Tempori. An army of primals is awful enough. Why do these risky developments? I fear there's prelude to even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter the threat quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way. You'll find a way in Sharlayan, I'm sure of it. Master Fortron's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. Ford knows more that's going on. Sorry to interrupt. Just see word from Mistress Quill. His arrangements for your visit have been finalized. We're to head to Namaska and board the next ship bound for Sharlayan. On arrival, present yourselves as associates or students of Balance. Come to assist the order of restoration. Settled without faults. They must rest in the hospice and return home for so long. We get to see it, of course. We should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. We need at least one lesson there in the way of a private safe journey. New music. I love it. But yes, I'm going as my red mage because I want to look epic. And I feel epic too. I just wish that they would kind of, you know, consolidate more stuff. I'll be right back. I need to go get another Coke. Sorry. Aha! I don't think I remember much of Sharlayan in my other account. I didn't get very far in Endwalker, I should say. So, I'm literally... I'm in the same boat, honestly. I'm pretty much almost caught up to... Oh, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. Oh, crud. Dang it. Crap. Dang it. Crap on it. Alright. Everyone's here. Good, because I've already paid your passage and the fee is non-refundable. Wow. Ship for Sharlayan should be pulling in soon. Please follow me to have all your luggage close at hand. What luggage?
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Sort of.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
You pickpocketed him?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Sharlayan, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
Oh, Alfie.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alfred.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Oh, Tataru, it's alright.
Are you alright, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world.
When aren't we?
And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring back safe and sound. Promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Good.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Sharlayan!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
You're asking a lot, Tataru.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Hades?
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Title? Oh.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlayan should be coming into view at any moment.
I like the glasses now.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. yet 7 times now. Those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
What promise? Wait a minute, are you from the Dark Crystal? Wait, what?
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Well, the way that you were...
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Yeah.
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen.
What are you talking about? I've been up for a while.
There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
Hold on a second, sorry. Never mind.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You aren't alone.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Huh? Let's hope so.
Tyler?
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
It's very Greek.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next, then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Let's hope.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Yeah.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed.
Okay.
The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Terry Allen, artisan.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production. You may enter.
Thank you.
And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Nice save there.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Glad I spotted your ship coming to port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for details. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. I thought to launch directly into explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Terry and the Stydian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, homecoming is long overdue. You must have the places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene in Bastion Annex. How's that sound? Fine suggestion. Maybe not welcome. You may not be welcome to the lovely estate as such, but I would like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There's no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a tour of the old haunts might even yet yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Etheric Plaza, was it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith, but I leave. What of you, Estidian? My services as guide to yours is yours for the asking. It won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander where the wind takes me. But I could... Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Really? You dropped the G? Oh, of course, if you allow me. Come, Terry. Sharlayan awaits. After you, my friend. I'm all content to follow your lead. Alright. All set then? Let's be on our way. First stop is, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. A cafe in the West Side Harbor. No reason why they couldn't undertake a task which would pique our interest. You have to be cleared through by the immigration officials, after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated and shine the same way it is in yours, yeah. Trying to get her to at least level 50 so I can make her a red mage. here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into the nutrition of food preparations is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? Food it's bland, as incapacitated by our infamous archive. The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary first, value, taste second, distant second. There's one pupil at the stadium, however, who could stomach the school's indisciplined meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so, Last Stand came to be. It is as the name implies, the sole decadent outpost to a fine dining in Sharlayan. One and only bastion of culinary arts is an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall the burger being hailed as one of the more impressive item menus. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when the time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? Stairs at the side of the cafe will take us up to the Aetherite Plaza. Alright. Oh, that's gorgeous. Unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, it is perfectly functional aetherite. Remember to subperform move on. Now, beginning the diligent tour guide that I am, I should mention of the confluence. The research facility located in this very plaza is a much ventured discoveries, more reason Sharlayan send to the forefront teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherite, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct that which is essentially lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to Agoria, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Gorgeous. Anything interesting? No. 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 Maybe. Maybe for Black Mage. No. Ew. I mean, yeah. But I prefer the one I got. Ooh, that does look nice. Now, what the? Kinky. No. 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 Your outfits are disappointing. Welcome to the Agoria, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan, as well as wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which is particularly relevant to our ultimate purpose here. Let's head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, and then climb the stairs up to the imposing building at the very top. This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orientations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved from its council into council chambers, the nature of the forum is the duties of members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered in this crystal tower asked me how they might go about building their new home. Actually, my answers were all inspired with my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of. Great city of Sharlayan. And Bit by bit, those buildings grew to a town, a community. I'm staring. You can almost see it circling. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle sightseeing concludes in the fitting name Journey's End. Walk downstairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Oh, it's gorgeous. Right at Journey's End, history tells us this is where those who put ashore with the Archon Neankripuf built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. See that one man sitting clearly logging at his neighbors? That estate belongs to our friends and house. There. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. It's proving entertaining as enlightening as his experience. Now, shall we head directly to the annex? No way, don't you, Ra? What do you think? Head down towards the harbour, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow back to the Asian Plaza. Correct. After you, Terry. There's one down here. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. I'm back. Sorry about that. I have my food. As a joyous look on Ra's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is Western Annex. Continue up the hill, you arrive at the doorstep of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. Take another time. Decide with you then. I'm back. I brought Terry and Rahan with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. Nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Terry. I've heard tell of your exploits. Ojinkai? Ojinkai Suka. Ah, there. It's been an age. Allow me to introduce OJ, Administrative Officer to the students of Belstrom. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall a meeting with his cousin, Injanka? Oh yes, Eureka! I've read the reports. I'm shocked to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. I do plan on doing that, by the way. The place is like a second home for the students. Isle Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often have the occasion to visit Sharlayan. Pardon me. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of our operations. It feels so empty. So many lost to us. Our organization is a shell of its former self. Day will come when we'll see the students rise again. First, we must ensure that the temporary fall. So that door on the left is the main hall, where we can discuss operations moving forward. Except when it arrives, that is. You probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had private quarters separated for you and Andron. In the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself known. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for afternoon doze. Oh, I don't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed, far more so than the cheap rounds inn, you may be assured. Simply that they were often busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad, who would slip into the Adron just to steal a few winks. Thus they become known as the students as the nap rooms, even if such naps last well until the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long coming. I'll wait for you in the main hall. see what it looks like. Holy cow! Oh my goodness! Oh, I love it! Whoa. Oh. I want it. Absolutely looks gorgeous. Oh, ooh. Is that? It is. Oh, oh goodness. Oh, this looks amazing. Oh, this looks beautiful. Okay, guys, I think I may have a new favorite city. Wait. Crystal Tower? Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay in here and wait for them to join us.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
To defeat the Huns.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Where's Stydian?
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over, mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
The Crystal Tower. And Midsummer.
Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Already?
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
Obviously.
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nidana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Sorry. Okay, so which one first? Okay, Sharlayan quest. So, Krille. As unsettling changes come of the Sharlayan, but together we will divine underlying cause for foreign callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the councillors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Sharlayan archives of historical records for any hint of connection to the final days. So as to say, that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. Excuse me. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, search should proceed all swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numian, shall we? Okay. And I want to take a look inside. I'm curious. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh. Holy. Oh. Guys, I have died and gone to heaven. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, guys. Oh, I'm in heaven. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, it's gorgeous. Guys, it's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, yes. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand before the doors of Numian, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. The building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numian extend deep beneath the surface like roots of a tree. Vast walls of the great global library pale in comparison to Numian's endless maze of so many chambers. Oh my goodness! Oh, there better be a dungeon here. Oh, there better be. Any citizen of Sharlayan is free to enter and pursue its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Estella and Rawhard to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice Alphaland will help me continue searching through the stacks open to the general public. Your status prevents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor, here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which should touch upon Sharlayan history and foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will be made far easier as spot some clues we're looking for. Seriously, I'm only allowed on the first floor? That's not fair. Let's be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stony benches over there once we've found some promising tomes. Happy reading. But it's so... Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rhodian man by the name of Ningripif. He was a student of astrology and divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the land of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship and assembled a crew to set sail for that imperiled realm. Flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. There, however, that the crew was hauled them up on board his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel into pieces. With moments to spare, he wove a mighty spell of teleportation, shifting the entire ship to safety to Topham's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions homed there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes regarding the supply of food had caused some bloodshed. Signed by sight, gathered him and his crew and the grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those red peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built new ships intent on returning to the northern seas. Landed on a bench of an island and settled upon this very spot. A settlement prospered and grew, and in time became the city of Sharlayan where we live to this day. Sounds fishy to me. Many years ago, on the banks of Thalak, Travanian hinterlands, this Sharlayan colony once thrived. Someone rushed and established mere outposts. Scholars suspect she goes around following services. Towing's area was further intense. Yes, I already know this. 50 years later, the Forum passed motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town. Okay. To ran into the colony itself, Sharlayan, which led to a small amount of confusion when discussing a turn to the subject of motherland. In response, Sharlayan inhabitants presumed the name would be simply referred to as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed to themselves cornered the abandoned colony, giving it another name, Idleshire. Huh. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archangel found in Sharlayan. Forwardness and madness and savagery men brought to despair. Thus renounced the ways of war, pursued by reason. Sharlayan stood to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served Christ's wisdom. Trading, agriculture became natural crops, engineering brought wells, sewers, and swelling water, wealth experience, wisdom spread in the world where mankind hold and thrive, so was no matter how trials and tribulations the age, since and strongly by the founder's teachings. On a second bright star, they were I don't know, this still seems fishy to me. It really does. Years which followed, founding Sharlayan's civic policy and other matters important to set in Pope much every citizen will speak. Grew forum become increasingly practical. Participants rather than life, everyone debates. Various measures were introduced to attempt return to the successful area was ultimately decreed as showing transit new form of governance. Members, it still sounds like it sounds more like propaganda. It really does. Sorry, were you waiting long? Want to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alpha and Clearly should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I can see, no titles of the Archon's track stack mention the final day specifically. So we have no choice but to start with relevant tomes, even if they are just that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we are and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it, Monsieur? It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. Seems our dear father has instructed his staff even that Alpha and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed to cross the threshold. Harsh measure indeed. I hope our efforts to understand his position, and that of the Forum, will at least lead to reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. What of you, Garaha? Have you been able to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born further away. In the southern reaches of Isbard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt on Convos, the coastal region opposite of the Isle of Thanzor. The Elegants founded a city in that fertile land and, by ship, brought in the subjugate tribes of the Mosquite to serve as laborers. I knew it! I knew it! They basically are like Twi'leks. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Convos braved a journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, so that they might prevent the remnants of elegant technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces. But Garleman renamed the region Locus Ammonius. When I was a boy, a nearby town came up to jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allegan's civilization. so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the elegant eye no longer passed our eldest children as lively as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Alec. As the last children born with the elegant eye, I was given over to the custody of friends and students of Bastelli, who had me registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louisoix, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet regardless of your origins, we are all provided with equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient prosperity, we outsiders even earn the valid title of Archon. Exactly why I love this country, and why I wish to remain a nation which its citizens can be proud. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into the books, Terry. More company should be arriving any moment now. We've returned with our selections, although I must say pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Crale has already flickered through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few are barely mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the umbral calamities, as the articles are written by prominent forum members. Perhaps our knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarant firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Sure. My thanks. Now where to begin? First things first. What kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter at the final days of True Nine? Complete destabilization of creation magics. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc upon many a life. Chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors rained from the sky, fire erupted from the ground. Indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That had more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Stella surmises that the closest of magics is that of the summoning rituals by the Asians. Was there not anything noteworthy herald approaching the final days? Say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Ah, yes. The Amarants spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, though, thrust as we were in the midst of madness. But it seems that every one of the catastrophes was presented with this ominous noise. Even it resounded all across the star. Not even Amarant was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I have to speak with one of the Pneumonian's mammoths, ask if they have any books which mention such a sound. Last but not least, what would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unpredicted calamity? Which actions did they take? Summon Zodiac. Yes. With Elidibus serving as its heart, so many gave themselves a sacrifice to bring him into being. We don't know exactly how Zodiac brought the salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will all laws of nature settle right. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac. A trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primals. Or might have, had Venat and her followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Heidelin. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Topori truly mean to speak to bring back the final days. You see what they're doing with the tower of theirs, forcing people to summon primals with catalysts. They attempted to mirror the conditions of stable creation magics. They're simply using the final days as a figure of speech. A convenient metaphor for scales of destruction they plan to unleash. But all this is just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return to our attention on the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Stola. 'Tis time to be studying these research papers. And last am I? Well, my extended research of the Archon stacks proved one or two possible useful books. But I won't get your hopes up. If you'll recall, Oriangia learned that the sources of reflection from the Gurn of Oracles, purpose to call panic and confusion. That term was deep in Acrophoria and sealed away in the Great Google Library. Every less unlikely the knowledge of unsundered worlds, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for curious scholars to find. Stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they Archons or Counselors, should perforce us largely ignorant of the subject. Sorry. Yet when you confronted Master Forishans with the knowledge of the Topori, the machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privilege and wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading, Dirty. Whether they contain mention to the final days or no, these books could hold yet something of value. You were thinking of leaving, weren't you? Plenty of work for everyone. Stola! Your Stola's assistant. Lovely. Oh dear, you look exhausted. What about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject? The day is well spent. Should you wish to read them again, Mamahan will reference us put you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take well-deserved rest. You might be occupied with different research for some time. Ready for tea break, Terry? I know I am, honestly. My neck and shoulders just about calcify if I didn't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down the harbour, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables. I'll treat you to coffee. It's quite good. Busy as ever, I see. Very Sharlayan, you know the gourmet cafe is sprung complete for Christmas. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions about the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Tempori. Maybe it's something new. Let's try it, don't you think? Guzzling down coke like water. What the heck? I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, I promise. Just sorry. I'll be right back, I promise. I'm back. Sorry, I had to stretch my legs a bit. Grabbed another Coke. I am only gonna, like, read for a bit. I'm not gonna say it out loud because without you guys talking to me, I'm kind of falling asleep here. So I want to get as much as I can. So just gonna. Wow. Huh. Hey, jerk. How about I put a smile on my face? Everyone has an opinion. I am gonna smack that father of hers. Their father is gonna feel the cold end of my blade. I'm telling you. I'm just gonna smack him. I'm gonna look this up because if they don't give us the option to smack Follinger. Smack him. Well, doesn't say that you get to smack him, but I think he changes his tune eventually. Brings back to say now of all times. gonna give me an outfit? Tea is set for a chatty group by the water's edge. Omelette from one of our regulars. Highlander by the name of Gussa. Steve John. Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. Who? I'm sorry, I never heard of it. Never found days. A friend and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to events. Now, if you want to hear about the ritual arcane rites in 600 era, commonly strict, I'd be happy to hear you. Finally. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's didn't get enough time to waste. What? Telefore? Ah, yes, I remember the name of the latest gazette. And some grand claim to the end of days. See no sense in warmongering. All these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood. Stay off it, I say. Right? Ellie! I think we have any troubles with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? See when I'm aware of the final days, aside from vague news and gazettes are printing. Even taking it, nothing often. It is the best sort of gospel in the city. What are you guys thinking of playing pot? Cup of coffee, thank you. What is else?
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan?
Kinda.
Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alphino, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently. They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Labyrinthos?
A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait, didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Huh. Very good. Very good indeed. Now we just have to find a way in. But I love Nestle Crunch. I got those. So Scholar? Definitely want to upgrade this. Tell the other mind. get to the end. Oh, hey! Oh, sightseeing log. I'm disappointed. I was hoping for wondrous travels. But nope. Haha! Welcome back, Terry. Yeah. A lot of boats. Sense. Alright. 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 What should we expect down there? Oh, I'd hate to spoil the surprise. Creole. Alright. Down the stairs over there. Alright. It's public access? Access? Now, Still working. Well, here now.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Labyrinth of information and knowledge. This isn't a living library, it's a hidden bunker.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
How'd they get rid of all the magma?
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Ugh.
Really?
Did you call to me just now?
No.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Okay. Dolby. Oh yeah, he looks like Dolby. Huh. Taking stock. Uh-huh. Like I said, they're preparing for something. Sure. Yeah. Grizzled mice. Troll? Troll! Alright. Oh, good grief. Asking are you mad, bro? moving all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm getting tired. Like, you guys talking to me, that helps me be active. That really does. But right now, I'm just getting very tired. Mm-hmm. 4 days after. Pardon me. Alright. Yeah, they're definitely building this place as like a bunker. Cradle! Oh, shit, okay. Huh. So turn off the sun, it becomes instant night. Interesting. Oh, thank goodness. It's aetherite, and honestly, I think I'm gonna call it as soon as I get to the aetherite and exposed. So, like I said, I'm getting tired. Very, very tired. Now is the hour by discontent. Why is it swimming with water? Archeon. Alright. Alright. Well, won't learn anything valuable just standing here. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but I can't keep my eyes open, and I'm in fear I'm gonna fall asleep at any moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and stream here. Thank you all for watching, even if it was after the stream. Although, just letting you guys know, it would help more if you guys were at least talking. Like, just chatting with me, it would help me tremendously staying focused and not falling asleep, which is really difficult, especially during days where I just came off from work. Tomorrow's gonna be even worse because, unfortunately, Obake is going camping, and if Weiss volunteers, that might help, but unfortunately Weiss isn't very talkative, at least over the headsets that I've found, like over on voice chatting. Sadly. So I'm scared I might end up falling asleep tomorrow. I really am. I'll see if I can maybe if I go to bed early tonight, I'll be able to forego that. But yeah. If you like this video and want to see more content, please feel free to hit that follow button. Make sure your notification bell is on. That being said, my normal stream days are Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Central Time, guys. Please don't forget. I have a YouTube account. It's under the same name. Check it out. I archive all my videos at the end of every week. So if you see anything you like that I haven't finished, let me know, and I'll work on that. I also do have a Discord. Feel free to join that as well. I have no idea what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I might play Spider-Man 2 if I can't get anyone to join me for co-play type deal. I'm honestly not sure. I'm really not. Well, let's find someone to raid. Who do we got? Anyone on? Pixel Kid. Yeah, why not? She just started. Let's go on. To Heaven's Sword. Yay! She's just... Yay! Awesome. Alright. Really? Alright. Well... Oh, she's already got a raid. So, once again, I want to thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for whatever we got going on. Same out time, same out channel. So, thanks for all the fish. Good night, everyone.